Hi, I'm Jeresky. I am a Masters of Fine Arts student at the University of Western Ontario. My specialty or my area of interest is public art. Uh, so what we have with the new community museum is a public art project that is being launched in conjunction with the Share the Love art show going on here. The New Community Museum is a year-long endeavor, and what it is, it's a project that is about people of the community. It really taps into the diversity of people within the community as well. I interview people, and they tell me basically a story about an object or a place that has personal significance or meaning. So what I do with that interview is I construct a photo text panel, and I have those installed in windows along Dundas Street, which forms an extended walking kind of museum that takes place out on the street. So it's about people. It's about people in the neighborhood, and it's a way to get to know your neighbor. Everyone has a story, and so with that, it's another form of storytelling that takes place outside in a public sphere that is on street level.
What's this going to accomplish?
I hope to get more panels and more participants involved, and it's a continuous work in progress. So far, there are 13 businesses that are participating and are situating panels in their front windows. As the action curator of the New Community Museum, I will replace different panels with other ones to keep things fresh, to keep new storytellers situated in different storefronts. And I have many interviews lined up with people. And again, it taps into the broad diversity of people in the community. I speak to people who access services at the Arcade Street Mission, the Unity Projects, business owners, residents who live in the area, artists. So it's actually it's quite broad and diverse that way, and it's about people within the community, and I think that's kind of important, and in a way it opens up spaces for discussion as well too, because there is actually a lot going on in the neighborhood, in this community, and it's nice to see what's kind of going on. There are a lot of interesting people in this neighborhood, and there are a lot of interesting things going on. There are a lot of interesting programs, and there are a lot of interesting groups in the Old East Village. And what the New Community Museum is doing is articulating that and putting that out on street level for people to see. For an example, Chris, who is an artist, painter, is affiliated with Lifespin, which is an interesting organization. So I'd like to interview him and have his story and some of his experiences within that put out into the New Community Museum, and for people to see this and to understand what's going on out there, because I think a lot of people don't really know or realize some of the things that are happening, some of the community endeavors on a very kind of grassroots level that's going on, and I think it would be great for people to see that and to learn about these types of things. One of my major interests in terms of public art is the idea of public authorship within public art, and that is basically allowing people who participate in the New Community Museum to essentially create the meaning and significance of the project itself. So myself as an artist or a curator for this project, I am essentially facilitating a form or a framework for people to develop the meaning and significance of the project. So really, it's about allowing people to author their story and to set up a mode of self-representation. So I'm basically setting things up or facilitating, and then people are authoring the project. So collectively, it is about the public authoring this project and allowing us to look at and examine what or who the public is, or how the public is defined, or how a public can come together through public art.
I'm curious a little bit about the nature of the displays that are going to be set up. Is it strictly photographs and text, or might there be some audio component to it as well?
Right now it is photo and text, because that is the most accessible form. I mean, everyone can essentially tap into that. Perhaps down the road I'll think about creating podcasts as well too, but my primary concern is getting more text and photo panels put out, because not everyone has access to a computer or to blogs or to podcasts, and the more kind of important thing right now is just getting a good range of photo texts that can be accessed by anybody, really, regardless of if you have a computer or if you have certain kinds of technology. So yeah, an audio component is in the works, but it's not right now the primary concern.
What's the geographic area that you'll be drawing stories from?
Right now it's between Adelaide and Rectory at this point in time, but I'd like to get it from about Maitland to Quebec Street, and maybe a little bit further both ways, depending on who's interested. If more shop owners are interested, then I will gladly expand it. It'd be nice to have it for a couple blocks though.
If there are people who think that they may have interesting stories to tell, or shop owners who might be willing to put up displays for you, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
My email address is jeremy.jeresky@gmail.com.
Thanks for doing this, Jeremy.
You're more than welcome.